What's the creative process like working with Mag Bay? If I'm being completely honest, it's really fun. All right, before we get into the video, I just want to thank you guys so much for buying the Chrome City merch. We got a new line dropping right now. Got all these colors out. Go ahead and go buy it. Go to chromecitytrapstars.com. Let's get into the video.
Tomorrow we're officially leaving for Australia, for the Australia tour. So we're gonna get it in one last time.
By the way, this bad boy was gifted to me by Magdalena Bay LLC Corporation. This bad boy is the Ferrari of all coffee machines. All right, let me tell you here what I'm taking every morning. So every day I take a scoop of creatine. Also take some BCAAs. From there I take some placenta. Don't ask me why, it's just what I do. Same with beef heart and colostrum.
The reason why I do this is because it helps me be better.
Be better?
And it helps me just with my coordination and the girth of my wrists and the strength in my tendons.
Oh, and some Shilajit as well. Shilajit, can't forget that. And yeah, that's my supplement drawer. This episode is sponsored by World Star Hip Hop. Shout out to them. We're gonna answer the questions y'all asked on Instagram. First one is, how did you meet Matt and Mika? And I met them at a music school in Miami, Florida. We were all like 15 or 16. I messaged Matt on Facebook saying, hey, do you wanna start a band? And he was like, yeah, tell me when, or something like that. We hit up Mika and we all did like a rehearsal, and then we went to college, Matt and I, in Boston, and we wrote more music and stuff, and Matt and Mika formed Mag Bay. Yeah, that's how I met them. All right, next question. Can we expect any new Magdalena Bay music soon? Well, it's funny that you asked that actually, because what's the creative process like working with Mag Bay? If I'm being completely honest, it's really fun. Matt and Mika usually cook up like, this is what we're thinking for the drums. There's something so satisfying about like delivering exactly what someone wants. Finding that nice in between point between delivering what someone wants and being creative and inserting your opinions. If I had to summarize it, I would say that it's a sunny morning with your first cup of coffee and it's just the best day. You're hydrated. What are you gonna get up to while you're in Australia? Well, I'll tell you something right now. I am not gonna go to the beach because y'all have a million different things in that water that is trying to kill you. So what am I gonna get up to? My hotel room and some good steak restaurants. What's your all-time favorite Mag Bay song to play? Live Forever, because I feel like it's a good combination between like drum and bassy, like double bass, and like also really like chill, dynamically contrasting drum parts. So I think it's really cool. But I also really love Only If You Want It. It's a deeper cut. What's your favorite song on Imaginal Disc? That's a good question. I can't answer that question. So I'm sorry, I have to question that question. What are your favorite cymbals of all time? Mindle! This is the first time I'm touring with a full Mindle setup. All these shows that you guys are about to see are gonna be really, really sick because the drum parts are gonna be different a little bit, you know, because I'm gonna have a lot more colors to do my thing, you know, to paint. So far, what's your favorite venue to play? Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado. That's definitely my favorite venue to play. Hardest song on tour? Like what kind of hard are you talking about? Like what do you mean by hard? Probably like halfway sometimes on like rough nights, and sometimes Fierce Sex. Favorite song to play on my what? Fave music video. I don't have like a super like favorite music video, but I love that video for 212 by Azalea Banks. It's just a dope video. Also just very dope song. How do you bridge the gap between shedding hard stuff versus showing restraint on record, especially Mag Bay? I would say by listening to a lot of music that is of all different genres. When are you going hard? And when are you just laying back, you know? The contrast is very important in anything you play. 3 drummers which you find cool: Matt Garska, Bill Buford, and Phil Selway. Is it hard for you to remember drum parts playing live? No, if I practice, which I do, so.
Practice?
What are some practices that you employ to prevent straining or damage to your wrists? I train them, first of all. I have plenty of exercises. I do a lot of pad work. I do a lot of work around the drums. I have a good like wind down routine. Stretching, of course, temperature therapy, so hot, cold, and sleep. Sleep is the number one way you will prevent injury. Favorite city you visited on tour outside of the concert experience? Probably Sydney, Australia, and I'll be there very soon. I'm there now. Ginger Baker or Bill Bruford? Bill Bruford. all day. Any comping exercises you like. Comping, like coordination or like listening? Because listening, it's probably just gonna be like playing with your friends, but comping, like yeah, I'll use a syncopation book and I'll like come up with a bunch of different concepts using that book. I'll use the same page and just play a bunch of different exercises. Bench, dead, and squat. I'm not sure what you mean, but I do all of those for sure. Favorite song to perform and why? Angel on a Satellite. Why? Because that's how I know it's the end of the set. I'm just kidding. Fear Sex. Fear Sex is my favorite song to play because it is the dopest song. Why is it the dopest song? Because it's very like dynamic. It has like a sick intro, a cool ass middle part, and then like a crazy outro where you have to see it live. We do something different on in the concerts than we do on the album. All right, y'all, we're about to play our first show here in Australia. Jumpsuit by Corey Infinite, and we're about to get it. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, but we're about to wrap this up because I gotta go play a show.